for shopping for new players has closed. They now want to concentrate on the players that they have. According to him, they have quality in every department. Now is the time to start working on how to make good use of the quality before the AFCON. But he says they will keep scouting, but no new players will be invited to the team, particularly now that he's beginning to see that there are some competition in front of goal and, of course, the midfield. And don't forget, even his Oyibo wall has cracked a little because Kenneth Omuru is beginning to say he wants a place in that team. Jamilu Collins is proving a point at left fullback. Right fullback has a lot of options. Shehu Abdullahi is there. Brian Idowu is there. Ola, everyone has been talking about Ola, even in midfield, when Semi Ajayi came into there, I thought he also did a good job. So it needs to sit down now, and say to his technical crew, let's have that headache of these quality players and see how we can pick the best for the AFCON in June.
All right, I also want to thank you for the time on the show. Go and have some rest, and hopefully you'll be back here with us very soon. So thank you once again. That's our man, Austin Okor-Akpan, in Asaba, filling us in with what went down there in Asaba today. All right, let's move on. Cosmos, there's really nothing to add to what he has said.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much said it all. And
but the most important thing, before we leave the little matter of the Super Eagles,
okay.
Coach Kenneth Rowe is not looking at any other player outside
the players he has used.
Yes.
He's not looking at any
that's
other new player.
Yes.
And
before the Nations Cup, maybe after.
Maybe after the Nations Cup. But and that was exactly what he did during the World Cup period as well. He didn't want, the time is short for him, and it's a good one. At least he has a pool of about 40, 50 players to work with. So let him work with those players and try as much as possible to, give us a very good team that will go to the African Cup of Nations and do well. Now, not necessarily win, because for me, I feel that for people that are saying that Nigeria are favourite and all, I feel that this will be a tougher competition because it's now 24 teams, but do very well at the African Cup of Nations.
Cosmos, let's resist the temptation of making it a Super Eagles show. There are other things to talk about. Okay, let's talk about the Super Falcons. That was what we were.
That was what I was saying, and I said that the Super Falcons will be participating in an invitational tourney in Spain in the first week of April, and afterwards we take part in the annual Wafu Cup tournament in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. Now, this is not going to be like last year when it was the under-20 that participated. This time around, the full team will be participating, or part of them will be participating in the competition as well. Then, of course, the team will have its final pre-World Cup training exercise at the same Austrian resort that the Super Eagles used before the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia. So it shows that the Super Falcons would have the best of preparation. In fact, they have started having the best of preparation, and they would have lots of games to play. Hopefully, they will not tire out. Hopefully, we're not going to have lots of injury, and hopefully, we'll be able to do well. And in case they do not know, the Super Falcons will be playing against host France, South Korea, and Norway in Group A of the World Cup.
All right. So that's it. Wish the Super Falcons all the best as they try to get out of the group stage and do what they did in '99, probably get into the quarterfinals. All right, let's come home now. Let's talk about the Nigerian Professional Football League, some rescheduled games to be played tomorrow. So let's quickly give it to you. Let's have it on screen. That's it. There you have it. Remo Stars taking on Rangers. Lobby Stars taking on Niger Tornadoes. Kano Pillars will take on FC Ifeanyi Uba. These are the rescheduled matches. Cosmos, your thoughts in 30 seconds?
Well, Remo Stars against Rangers over the weekend on Sunday, specifically, Rangers defeated Remo Stars in Enugu by 5-2. That is like huge. Now, Remo Stars are down in the relegation part of the table, so they need to start getting results. Now, will Remo be able to beat Rangers in Remo to be able to at least have a chance of getting out? Now, Rangers, Rangers have, aside this outstanding game, they have other outstanding games as well. Now, if Rangers win this game, they can get towards the upper part of the, their third right now, behind MFM and one that team they are third right now. So if they can be able to get a win in this one, it would really, really be good for them. Lobby Stars against Niger Tornadoes. Lobby Stars as well have rescheduled games, and this is one of the games that they can win too, because they're going to be at home in Makurdi. And if they win, they'll be getting towards the upper part as well. Then, of course, the game between Kano Pillars and FC Fire is usually very huge, and anything can happen in this one. So for me, this is the game of the rescheduled week, and as I used to say, I hope one or two of these games was on television, because I'm sure we're going to see exciting times, especially some breathtaking goals, like we have been saying for some few weeks. Okay, so let's leave the little matter of the Nigeria Professional Football League. Let's talk about athletes with intellectual disability. Of course, it's no longer news that Nigeria participated in the 2019 Special Olympics World Summer Games. There was a good outing. Nigeria came out with 64 medals. Of course, medals are given on individual basis, not just given. It's given to everyone that is part of the team, and that's why we have such a medal haul at the Olympics. But the athletes were received. There's a reception held, a welcome ceremony to be precise. We were there today, and to catch a glimpse of those special athletes and what it means to them. Let's take a look at this report that covered everything that happened today, talking about that welcome ceremony. I'll be back for more Sports Tonight.
After a good showing at the 2019 World Summer Games, Special Olympics Nigeria put together a welcome ceremony for the athletes who represented the country in the United Arab Emirates. Officials of Special Olympics Nigeria, parents, caregivers, sponsors and coaches all gathered to celebrate the athletes in Lagos. It's a goal! The amazing feat achieved by the athletes at the Games has not gone unnoticed by sponsors.
Definitely hope to be part of this again. I mean, we've seen the impact of what a little can do and how far a little can go. And I think really and truly, if a lot more people come together in the private sector, we can achieve so much more.
For us, Olympics, for us, is the highest level of sports. And so we think that people should be included there. Special Olympics, same thing.
Special Olympics Nigeria is happy to see people with intellectual disability showcasing their God-given talent.
I feel great. That's what I could say. You know, we took the athletes to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, and they came back with 60-something medals. Like we say, celebrate the individual, the power within them, the determination within them, something people don't even think they have. And they are showing that, you know, there's a possibility, you know, into enjoying their life.
Once again, use this opportunity to reach out to everyone to say that let's bend over backwards, let's push ourselves, and let's bring joy to the hearts, the lives, the families, and the faces of everyone concerned, so that at the end of the day, it is Nigeria that is celebrated when everyone is included. A society is measured not by the strength, but by how well they take care of those who are the weakest amongst them.
As the dust settles over Nigeria's performance in Abu Dhabi, preparations begin in earnest for the next edition in Berlin.
Continental finals.
All right, welcome back. Of course, getting excited in here, you know, taking a look at some of the things happening in the amazing world of sports. And of course, it's time to leave football. Sometimes it's very hard to do. I've just finished talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Gave you a glimpse of what was going down with the Special Olympics, the welcome ceremony for the athletes. All right, let's, as we're about to wrap these up, let's just talk a little bit of badminton. The Badminton Federation of Nigeria has invited 30 players in preparation for the 2019 Africa Senior Championships, and a lot of familiar faces in the men's circuit. You have Anu Okpayori, you have Clement Eneljo Abba, and of course Abib Bello. Of course, let's talk about, I think, Dorcas Adeshokon as well.
Dorcas Adeshokon, the African #1, is in this one as well.
For the women?
For the women is in this one as well. Of course, Anu Okpayori. In fact, the Okpayori brothers are there. The one is on the standby, while the other one, is in the main team as well. Of course, in the women, you have Dorcas Adeshokon, Deborah Uke, Tosin Atolagbe, Funke Ayenugba, and of course, Ruth Ebere. Tosin Atolagbe, wasn't in camp as at the time the news came out because of what the federation say is a family kind of issue, but hopefully she will be able to join. The good thing about this list is that you've got some young people that are students that play professional badminton that are in this one, like of course Dorcas Adeshokon, the Okpayori brothers, of course Aminat Ilori as well of LASU is also in this one as well. So it's a good one. Hopefully they'll be able to do well at the championship, which is in two phases, the mix and the single.
All right. Okay, so let's leave that and quickly talk about athletics on the show. Let's talk about the Athletics Federation of Nigeria picking 86 athletes for the under-18 and under-20 championships. You have 42 athletes who compete in the under-18 category, while 44 are expected to battle for honors in the under-20 category in the championship that we hold in April. I think, Cosmos, that
yes,
April.
Yes, that will be from April the 16th through to the 20th. Of course, this team was selected following the national under-18 and, of course, under-20 trials, which was held recently in Ilaru, of course, last week in Ogun State. So it's a good one. The Athletic Federation of Nigeria are actually working at the picked 86 athletes that would, of course, represent the country in the Confederation of African Athletics under-18 and under-20 championship in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire. So it shows that other federations are actually working hard to make sure that Nigeria does well in other sports in the year.
All right, so let's see if we can, if the time we have permit us to talk a little bit of Scrabble on the show. You have Team Brainiacs edged out Team Supreme with a cumulative advantage of 325 points to stay on top of the inaugural Scrabble Premier League in Lagos. It's been very interesting. Team Blazers are in third, while Team Hurricanes, Gracious Speakers, Oloye Predators, and Phoenix came 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th in that order. And of course, the next leg of the league holds in Abuja on May the 18th. Is also very good. They were getting, of course, a lot of sports getting the good spread, Scrabble as well in the news tonight, and it's very, very good that all of this is happening in the Scrabble Premier League.
Yes, and that's just it. And it's very competitive because
there's 7 African champions featuring in the inaugural edition.
Exactly.
That's great.
And looking at the fact that the world champion in 2015, Wellington Jigbere, he topped the individual score sheet with 10 wins. But it was not enough because his team finished 10th. So his team FRS finished 10th. So it shows that it's a very, very competitive league. And the next leg of the league would hold in Abuja on May the 18th. All
right, so that's it for a Scrabble, and of course that's going to be our last party shot on the show tonight. You know, we've talked a lot about football, talked about Scrabble, talked about the special athletes, and a whole lot on the show. Well, I guess we still have a little time to take some reactions. So let's do that quickly. Some reactions from the Scrabble Premier League we'll come back to wrap things up.
This is a team event. It's like a league, and we have 12 teams participating in the league. You know, and the league is being played in 4 different cities. We are playing in Lagos now. We're going to play in Abuja. We're going to play in Port Harcourt, and we're going to do the final weekend in Lagos. From my experience, and I've been playing the game for over 25 years now, and I know what Scrabble players, you know, I've been craving for. You know, there have not been tournaments in the last few years. You know, as a passionate Scrabble player myself, you know, I decided I was going to do something, and I wanted to do it in a way that, you know, people would get value, you know, for their passion, the game that they're passionate about.
Welcome back. Just listening to Lukman Owolabi as the president of the Scrabble Premier League. That's how we wrap things up on the show tonight. Cosmos, I want to thank you for making our time to be on the show. It's always a pleasure doing this with you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
All right. And thank you as well for allowing us to be a part of your day. We'll do this again tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.